So my name's Jason Mount, and I'm here to present my banking application capstone project. So I'm going to talk in the first part about the front-end architecture, the authentication, and the app diagram that I created. So this is just a typical model view controller using the MERN stack. I have a database with MongoDB using Atlas, the Express JS server to handle those interactions, React on the front end, and Node.js to bring everything together. I didn't really add much of the user interface with CSS. I tried to make it simple and functional. There's just basically a nav bar with routes that go to the following files. I have a create account, login, can deposit, withdraw. And there's an all data that I commented out that you use for development to make sure you're getting a hold of the data while you're playing around with the app on the website. It looks something like this. I added a little bit of a gradient in the background just to give it some color. You can see the nav bar up here, the login's over to the right here. And I kind of separated that out because everyone needs to visit it, log in and log out to start a new session. The default here is always going to be that please log in to make a deposit. In order to do the authentication, I use the method of pulling the data from the database. And if that data exists, the user email and the user password, and they match, then it will go into the local storage. Okay, so we're going from the database to the local storage, and then it becomes a persistent object throughout the session that the user can use, and it will persist and then actually communicate back through local storage back to the database to store the information with any updates. And when the user logs out, then the entire local storage is cleared. And so it's kind of a function of logging out, does something very simple, just removes the item of the user. And then when we log in, we set the email and password at whatever's current. We'll pull that data from the MongoDB using that route, using that fetch, and then store it right back into the local storage as data. And it works pretty good. The issue that I had was really understanding the order in which all of these operations happened, because sometimes I would look for an object by name and it wouldn't have been performed. The operation wouldn't have been performed. It wouldn't have come from the database yet, or I would get kind of a non-updated numbers, for example. And so it's just trial and error. I put a lot of console logs in there to figure out what order things were happening. I even wrote them down with a pen and paper, but now I'd say it works pretty good. That's the end of part one.